What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with another haul video. That's right, got some goodies in the mail, got the new comic book day books and some opinions about them. So if you want to see what I picked up, stay tuned for the video. Now, before we get into all of this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification. So when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel supporters, people that are supporting their channel through their monthly membership? And it was pointed out to me, and it just dawned on me as I am recording this video that Scarecrow is not on here. So my apologies, Mr. Crow. Scarecrow. I don't know why I thought your name was on there, but Scarecrow comics should be on there as well. But do appreciate those for supporting the channel. And if you are interested in supporting the channel through Patreon and or YouTube, the Linktree link is in the description below. And in that Linktree link is a link, that's its name, to all the other platforms that I own, to include Shortbox, where I sell graded comic books, and also Whatnot. Typically sell raw comic books there, and then as well as Instagram. So let's check these books out. We got Batman 148. That's right, Batman goodness right here. Look at that Joker finding out who Bruce is, and I can't even begin to count how many times they said, "Great Scott!" That was a bunch. So continuing to round out those early Batman there. Also got, I signed up for the Star Wars Insider, which I used to pick it up in the bookstore like every month, but started seeing some cool covers come out from them, so I just decided to go online and get the subscription. Now, if you get a subscription, you get a different cover than what you do off of the newsstand. And this one is Star Wars Insider from February, March of 2022. And it's kind of the retro Star Wars one, but this is the subscriber cover that I got there. Then I got Primordial number 5. So kind of a trippy tale in the spirit of Gideon Falls, not with the horror theme, more science fiction, but Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino on the art. And they kind of skipped ahead several years from this issue to the last issue. I'm going to end up having to go back and reread, and this series might be one of those that is just best off leaving for a trade. That way you can get several books in a row, read several books in a row versus trying to read it monthly like I'm trying to do now. But you know, we'll see. All right, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man number 1, the Scotty Young variant. This was a pretty cool story. J.M. DeMatteis was the one writing it, so not a new writer to the scene. Got Ben Reilly back in the Spider-Man costume that he had gone to after he became Spider-Man for a short time back in the 90s. And I dug it. You know, I've dropped Spider-Man from the Nick Spencer run, just very lackluster. So I know this is only going to go for a little while before Peter Parker comes back, but we'll enjoy it while it lasts. Talking about some nostalgia, how about Silver Surfer Rebirth? We got Ron Mars and Ron Lim, two people that were in charge of Silver Surfer in the 90s. So I decided to pick that up because I was curious about this Captain Marvel deal. He is in there. I don't think they're bringing him back. I hope they're not bringing him back. He's one of the few that, you know, stay dead and is good. You carry on his legacy, but from somebody else with the same name, right? We got Batman 147. I think I've already showed this off on a different video, but in case I did not, there you go. Batman 147, Bat Baby. We got Batman the Knight, number 1. I really wasn't interested in getting another mini-series with Batman. Just kind of evaluating my collecting overall in space. being part of that evaluation. But Chip Zdarsky's writing it, so you got to go with it. You got to give it a good shot. It is a 10-part miniseries. Good story, art as well. I don't know if the premise was all that interesting, but we'll see. It's just the first one. Of course, Power Rangers number 15. This is the connecting cover. I'm getting Power Rangers and then also Mighty Morphin right now, both connecting covers there. As long as this war is going on, I don't know if I'll continue to do it afterwards. But it's funny that, you know, some things just kind of brand you. And every time they go to Morphin, the Power Rangers theme song goes off in my head, right? Let me know in the comments below if y'all are the same way. But it's just funny how it's got that ingrained in me. We got Suicide Squad, King Shark. It's okay. It's just kind of it's a fun little romp, but it's coming to the end of it, so I'm already pretty much committed to it. Walking Dead number 31. Always like to get these David Finch covers. And still an interesting story to me, someone who did not read Walking Dead when it first came out. Star Wars The High Republic, this lady right here who views the Force through as a song. She's kind of leaning towards the dark side. We'll see if that ends up being the case. I don't think that, I mean, they might follow the dark side, but they're not going to be Sith, because during this era, you know, they thought essentially the Sith were dead, right? So I don't think that that's going to be the case. Nightwing 88. I got to tell you, I've never been a big Nightwing guy. Haven't really collected Nightwing. First couple of issues I got Nightwing in this particular run were when it tied into Joker War. But I just like the way they're putting him and Barbara Gordon back together, which is what I think should have happened. All that kind of good stuff is one of the good things that was in the Convergence storyline. And I dug this cover right here. This particular issue has all the classic Teen Titans in there, so it just really reminiscent of his days with Raven and all of those folks. Picked up Hulk number 3. I'm going to tell you from the outset, not a fan. It's one of those titles that I'm going to continue to pick up because, and Marvel and DC know this, that there's certain ones that they can play around a little bit with, because pretty much they're going to continue to have X number of people buy it just to continue those runs. The thing you got to worry about is when you hack us off enough where we just say screw it all, or where the kids don't do the exact same thing. So you got to think about that with your price points and with your storylines. To me, this is one man's humble opinion, that Donny Cates very lackluster as a writer. I've said this before, that I feel like he builds things up. He's a good hype man, but he never follows through. I say never. That would be unfair. But with the things that Thor, Venom, you know, was null, all he was cracked up to be. And this whole theory about Bruce Banner being the more of the bad guy than the Hulk creature is not a new concept, but a spaceship, kind of weird. So we'll see. Then we got Superpowers number 4. This is the final issue. So there were several miniseries. I think this was the 3rd volume. The 1st volume actually had Jack Kirby art on it. But yeah, this I needed this one issue, and I saw it in a dollar bin in Monroe, Louisiana. So I promptly picked it up and completed that run. So that was pretty cool. So I noticed with this X-Lives Wolverine, I'm pretty much canceling all. I'm not picking up any X titles. I'm just done with it. I'm really just done with it. Leave me a comment down below if you feel the same way about X-Men, or if there's another series that you're just like, hey, I'm done, I'm out. You done steered too far away from the ship. You done, the price points got too high, whatever the case may be. Leave me a comment down below. The Wolverine is one of those fairly safe characters. There are certain characters that you're not going to play with. They're not going to let you play with too much because they're too valuable of IP. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wolverine's one of those, I feel. Not to say that he doesn't have bad storylines, but he's just not going to play outside of, you know, what you know as classic Wolverine too much. This X Lives of Wolverine, there were some really cool covers, so decided to pick those up from Jay's Comics over on Instagram. I had bought a Wildcats #1 gold signed by Jim Lee from them a while back, and I noticed they were doing a package deal with these covers. So I said, hey, I'll just buy those from y'all. This one's one, how they got all the images, and it's colored in such a way that looks like the Wolverine. There's several that have been like this. The Hulk one comes to mind that I really wanted to pick up. Spider-Woman one, but I don't ever see them out in the wild, and I don't think to look online for them. But I saw this. I said, yes, definitely one I wanted. The Ron Lim one, it's solid. Kind of reminds me of the covers that you've seen with like all the Spider-Man and stuff like that. This is one that I wanted, which was the Department H Wolverine. I think Mark Bagley does that cover right there. Adam Kubert, can't go wrong with an Adam Kubert on Wolverine, but the cover layout is like, this is right here. This is Todd Knock. So this is him when he was with Maverick and them back in the day. And I was kind of, I'll probably still keep that one. This one I'm not. This is X Lives of Wolverine #1. This is a Peach Momoko. I think I'm just going to sell that one in the group. This is Josh Cassara. This is part of the Stormbreakers. That one's a pretty cool one. And you knew I had to get it. Even though it is very ugly. It is very ugly. Not the ugliest 181 homage that I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the best. But there is that right there. Knew I had to get that one. And this thing took forever to get, and I heard people complaining about it. I never really ordered from this company before, but the cover was really cool. Managed to get one. They only allowed me one. They would not allow me to get. I wanted to get 2 or 3, but only allowed me to get one. Then John Tyler Christopher came out and said, "This is not me selling these. This is somebody else." But this is his cover, and it's for Moon Knight #1. And there's only 2,500 copies, and this is 1,889 of 2,500. So it's pretty dope cover. It has gotten very expensive over on the Feebay. So that one's probably going to go up for sale. So if you're interested, hit me up on IG, and maybe we can work out a deal. They threw this in presumably because of how long it took for me to get it. Wonder Woman Black and Gold #1. This is the Frank Cho exclusive New York Comic Con. So that was pretty cool of them because I did not pay for it. That was cool. Then I got this from Mr. Soul Twice. He threw this up on Instagram, and I said, let me get a hold of that. And this is Pooh and Piglet. Pretty dope. This got to be a big book. I've gotten most of the big books in the Incredible Hulk run already, to include the Tales to Astonish run, part of that deal that I'm collecting anyway. And this one got to be a big deal because it's rumored that this character that's in here is actually going to be played by Bill Murray in the new Ant-Man movie. It's Incredible Hulk 156. Hulk versus Hulk. 20 cent goodness. 20 cent goodness, folks, right there. Herb Trimpe goodness. And one of the big books, if not the big book, for me anyway, is this book right here. Now, Stevie B, I know you're going to be foaming at the mouth. You're going to be like slobbering, just wishing you had this book in your collection. However, it's a ghost. It's hard to come by. So Valiant made these Valiant Validated Signature Series books. Some of them have like 5,000 copies. I mean, those are the easy ones to come by. But some of the other later ones, they were very low print runs. Like this one was 1,000. And they would come normally embossed on the cover and with the COAs. And this is for Geomancer #1. I don't think this is the hardest one to get, but this is in the top 3 hardest ones to get. The hardest one to get is Eternal Warrior 27. That's the one I still want. That's the Ghost Book of Ghost Books. because there were like 500 or 1,000 of those. So then you got to figure out, okay, in the 90s when everything went to pot, how many just got trashed? You know, how many are them still out there? Because if you see them go up for sale, and so this one is one of those, and I got lucky because a guy had previously bought books from on eBay, reached out to me through eBay and said, hey, look, I just seen this come up for sale. If you want to grab it, I managed to go and snag it. There was a bid price. I went ahead and just hit buy it now and be done with it before somebody else figured it out. And this is triple sign Rags Morales, which I've gotten Rags to sign one of these. So yeah, there's Rags' signatures, and then the other two are eluding me. Fontenot, yeah, Maurice Fontenot, and Ken something. But this is one of the harder ones to get. Time Walker 1 is probably one of those, which I already got that one. But pretty dope. I landed that and on the eBays. So if anybody has a lead on an Eternal Warrior 27, then certainly hit me up on the IG, because I would be interested in procuring that if we can come to an agreeable price. That's it, folks. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think about these pickups? Do appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, whether it's this video, whether it's one of the shorts that I do, if it's liking one of the Instagram posts or hanging out on a Whatnot auction. I do promise that the Saturday morning auctions are going to be returning. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do the first Saturday in February, because I'd like to get it a little more continual. And the second Saturday in February, I'm going to be going to Pensacon. So I might just start the Saturday after I get back from Pensacon is probably what I will do. I'm almost positive that's what I'm going to do. So anyhow, so they will be coming back. So don't fret. Just kind of taking off some time on the YouTube lives, etc. Just which I think I would suggest for anybody to do, because you can't just live on there. No, that's probably not very healthy. But I do appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.